Today I'd like to talk about safety when you're out and about, either walking or on a bike, mostly parks and wooded areas. As you know, if you watch my channel, I'm outside within urban environments a lot, more than most people. There's lots of people that are out more than I am, but I have a pretty good understanding of my situational awareness. I have a pretty good understanding of you know, what areas to stay out of and what areas to have heightened sense of awareness in. Now, throughout my travels within Toronto mostly, I've been in other cities and towns all over Canada as well, but predominantly I'm in Toronto, and you know, there's no shortage of people walking alone, people walking with various different sizes of dogs. I've seen a couple people walk cats, but that's rare. It's amusing when I see that, but hey, you know what, I like cats as well. I'm a dog person, but cats are cool. You know, I just seen, I'm in High Park right now today. I came down to this park inadvertently. I don't really put this on my places to travel to, because I'm not a big High Park fan, but it is a nice park. And today, you know, I didn't think I was going to run into so many people, but it's cherry blossom season down here, sakurai season in Japanese, and the cherry blossoms are over there. I might put some footage of that in this video. And there's lots of people down here, so lots of traffic, lots of vehicular traffic in some spots. Like they don't let cars through everywhere in High Park, but there's lots of bicycle traffic and pedestrian traffic. But anyhow, having said that, I take my bike out at night as well, in wooded areas on mostly paved paths, pathways, but sometimes I take my bike out at night on dirt trails as well. Now, I don't recommend doing that. You know, my bike is equipped for night riding with the amount of light I have on it, but a few times when this was last year, a few times when I had the bike out, I seen single women walking by themselves in these trails. 3 separate occasions, and only one had a flashlight. So I don't understand that. For me, when I'm taking my bike out, I'm a big guy. I'm at 280 pounds, and you know, I'm 6 feet tall, almost 6'1". With my boots on, I'm 6'1". And anyhow, you know, for someone to one-on-one situation for myself, I'm going to be a handful for someone. You know, the women that I've seen out in at night, you know, I don't ever stop and say anything to them. I've been tempted to stop and say something to all 3 of them, but you know, I don't want to scare them. Like I said, I don't understand. So are they carrying some sort of defense mechanism with them, whether it be pepper spray, OC spray, bear spray? Do they have you know, an audible alarm? I don't know. A gun, a knife, I don't know. This is Canada, so we're very limited to what we can carry on our persons with regards to a self-defense mechanism. Well, you can't carry anything. You can't carry anything with regards to a self-defense mechanism, to my understanding. You can carry a knife exposed on a sheath, but it has to be, I think the blade has to be 3.5 inches, and I'm not 100% on all this. But having said that, you know, if you're carrying a knife, you have to be prepared to use it. I know people carry pepper spray, bear spray. I understand that, but that, to my understanding, if you're not in bear country, it's illegal to carry in Canada as well, unfortunately. So my advice, if you're a woman especially, you know, don't go out at night into a dark park, a wooded area. You know, even on some of the most paths in Toronto, in these parks, you know, you're very limited lighting, almost none. You might get lighting around like playgrounds and parking lots, but once you get off the playground or parking lot, you know, there's no light. It's pitch dark. It's pitch dark. So obviously I don't recommend that. There is danger lurking out there. There's people out there that want to do you harm, and there is wildlife that could do you harm. Coyotes would be, in Toronto, would be the main thing to be concerned about. But you know, coyote attack on people is very rare, and a person-on-person attack in Toronto is in a park, wooded area, is very rare as well, unless, you know, they're not going to report it. But my advice: travel in pairs. If you're going to go out and do a jog or a walk, even in the daytime, like there's a lot of areas, like you look around here through these paths, like there are people walking through them, and I don't want to set off some paranoia, but it can be dangerous as well. I would always suggest as a woman to walk in pairs at least, and a lot of times you see women walking in threes and fours. A lot of them have babies with them. It's a meetup group, I suppose, and they walk their babies. A lot of them have dogs that they walk in groups. But with the crime rate in Canada ever increasing, and it's only going to get worse with the Liberal government. I don't care what fallacy that people think with regards to their political views. We have another 4 years of Liberal governance, and crime is not going to get better. It's going to get worse, and it's all compounded by more people coming into the cities through immigration. The price of rents go up, the price of mortgages, the price of food. So people become desperate. When people walk around hungry and have no money, they become desperate, and they look for easy marks. Don't make yourself an easy mark. And so, in the grand scheme of things, don't think you're safe. It's good to go out and experience nature and enjoy it, because there's lots to offer in Toronto and in the parked areas. But be aware that things could change in a heartbeat, and things aren't always what they appear to be. Try to keep your distance from people. If you see someone ahead of you on a path, you know what, give them a 10-foot, give him or her, even I'm not just saying men, I've come across many unstable women on my bike and walking, and you know what, I don't look for confrontation. You got to try to de-escalate it. I posted a video on my Facebook this morning. I think it was in Europe, I'm not exactly sure, where a woman was walking a bunch of small dogs, various types, Maltese terriers, I don't know, little terriers, and she had a whack of them. So I don't know if she was like a professional dog walker. Well, I doubt it, because they're all off leash, but maybe a rescue for these small dogs, I don't know. But she what the video captured was she got into a verbal altercation with a man with a little bit of a bigger dog, and his dog was on a leash. So I don't know if they had words, because her dogs, and she had about 20 dogs, if her dogs weren't on a leash and his was, I don't know. But anyhow, she had something in her hand. It looked like a bunch of straw. That's what it looked like. And she started going at him, and she hit him a few times with it. So he kept his dog on the leash. He went over, and there was some foliage on the ground, and I guess he seen a big, like a branch with about a 6-inch diameter on it, and he picked it up, and he hit her over the head with it, and he knocked her to the ground. I don't think she was immediately unconscious. The video, one of the dogs ran and kept running, and I don't think she lost consciousness, but I don't know. The video cuts off. But my point being is, this guy didn't look like a threatening guy. He had his dog on a leash. Everything seemed to be normal. Next thing you know, who knows what happened to this woman? She could have had a fractured skull, a brain bleed. Who knows down the road? For sure, she's going to have PTSD, because if you get into these type of altercations, physical altercation, it sticks with you a long time. I personally have been in many physical altercations when I was younger, whether it be in bars or on the street, even playing hockey. I've been in countless physical altercations, and it takes a toll on you. You talk to professional I'm not a professional fighter, don't get me wrong. You talk to professional fighters and hockey players that have adopted the enforcer role. You talk to them, and you carry luggage. It doesn't go away. So for someone that has never experienced physical altercation or physical violence, and to have something that traumatic happen to you, that's gonna stay with you the rest of your life. If you get over the physical damage done, the emotional damage is not going to go away. I can guarantee you that. So when you go out, try to go out with a buddy. If you're a woman especially, don't go out at night. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that anywhere. If you're in a rural area, then you got to watch out for black bears, possibly you know, large cats, like bobcats, lynx, cougars, and possibly wolves. You know, that's very rare to get to have a violent interaction with one of those animals. But you know, if you live out west, you know, the people out there are very aware of the dangers. You have cougars, you have grizzly bears. Those things, they're not to be trifled with. Those things will take you out. They won't even think about it. So in Toronto, when I do my urban camps, I've done a couple urban camps in the park, I'm not so much worried about the coyotes. I'm worried about a person that's going to come up into my camp at 2 in the morning. So you imagine, I have a tent or a shelter set up in a dark wooded area at 2 in the morning, and someone comes out of the woods right away. You know, that's a problem, and I haven't experienced that. And you see groups of younger adults. They're going to drink beer, or, you know, have a bonfire or whatever. I've seen lots of that, and you know, I used to do that too. Actually, I used to do it down in this area in Hyde Park. We used to do it everywhere. But you know, when you have intoxicated people as well, or high on drugs, that could be a problem as well, because obviously they're not thinking straight. So there's just lots of situations you don't have to put yourself in, and you know, a lot of people know this and a lot of people don't. So just thought I'd give that talk today. Hopefully it helps. It gives you a little you know, a little awareness anyways, that, you know, trust me, you know, I'm out a lot, and I don't always film the mental health issues that we have in this city, because I don't want to put a camera on in everyone's face. But I could literally go from here. I could find that in 5 minutes, and I could piss someone off. I could jam the camera in someone's face, and it's going to piss someone off, and you're going to get a reaction from someone that is already down on their luck, so to speak. And I don't want to do that. You know, I visited on my channel. I visited one homeless person. More or less, this homeless person I was made aware of this homeless person. I just went down and I videoed it, and I'll never do that again. You know, I will, if I see something in passing, I might video it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to go and put my camera on places that, you know, are known to be a homeless area, drug infested area. The last June I was in Vancouver, and I did walk East Hastings. I did that because I've heard so much about Vancouver. It's my first time there. I don't know if it'll be my last time there. It might be. And if it was, I'd be cool with that. The only thing good about Vancouver is maybe going through it to get to the mountains. Other than that, Vancouver is not for me, and Toronto is no longer for me, to be honest. So yeah, so that's it. That's gonna be my talk today. If you have any questions or concerns, you can leave in the comment section. And that's it. Have a nice day. Bye. So it would appear that my unplanned ride through Hyde Park has led me to the cherry blossoms. What did Alex Lifeson call it when he was in Japan? Yeah, I got you. I got you. Sakurai season. Sakurai season, I think it is. But I'm not going to get too close because it looks like they are surrounded with tourists. Every tree, I think, has about 40 people around it. I used to have a cherry tree in my backyard growing up. It was a giant cherry tree. It would dwarf these. So I grew up with that. So it's not such a big deal to me, but they are nice looking. I will give it that. One down there by itself. I think these are all cherry trees. I don't know if that's perfume or it's the trees. Maybe it's the trees. It smells quite nice. Gotta be the trees, right? Cherry blossom season. They even got big signs. Yeah, so I didn't know I was gonna come down into this. And to be quite honest with you, Hyde Park's one of my least favorite parks. It's just I haven't been here for a while, and it'll probably be a while before I come back. Yeah, they're nice, no doubt about that. Yeah, and it does. It's very fragrant. The air is fragrant Wow, there's a lot here. There is a lot of trees here. Huge signs outlining the map for the cherry blossom. I was talking to myself here. I'm not talking to your baby.
No, it's like, the bike is so quiet, I thought you'd already gone.
No, no, yeah, I'm like a ninja. Yeah, I gotta watch it. It's a Tour de France racetrack around here. On my bike, I have a mirror on the left side. And I'll tell you, you know what? I don't particularly like the looks of the mirror on my bike, but it's very handy. It's probably saved my life about 1,000 times or someone else's. And I'm telling you, I'm looking at it quite a bit down here, because these guys on these Tour de France bikes, they're going 60 kilometers an hour. I would have to say up around there. Like you know, I'm doing 30 right now, but I'm on a road. I'm doing 30, which is nothing for this bike. This bike, I could top out, no wind, on a level road, about 48 kilometers an hour. It's supposed to do 51, the way I have it, the computer set up, but it won't do that with me on it. A small person, maybe. But if I had this bike going 48 kilometers an hour, these guys on these Tour de France bikes, they would still fly by me.